Okay, I'm recording, Mike. All right, so we're talking about this big shaft, and we're
talking about
replacing
the
the
big shaft.
seals in this area
We're
here.
replacing the seal.
And you're saying that can be done by two people when you're doing the one process that we already videoed?
That's
Somebody else can be doing this? Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's if you're doing it high volume like we were. If they're doing
Yeah.
one at a time, then they can do what they
And
want.
this will be easier to deal with, provided the center shaft is out, and you'll see
And it
why
is indeed out now. Okay,
First thing to do is to loosen up this collar.
okay,
And you don't have to take it off right now, but you do want to loosen it up,
okay,
because it'll make movement of the shaft easier.
okay.
So you loosen that collar up.
Okay,
Next, you want to get another Allen wrench, and you
Okay.
want to take the key lock out.
okay.
So
and
you look
that's-
right in here, you'll see that you've got an Allen right here. See the Allen
Oh,
right
yes,
here?
yeah.
Take that Allen out.
Okay, that's actually in the tester wheel that has the big gear on it. There's a lock in the back, if you can see where Mike is working
Yeah.
there.
All right.
Okay,
The result of what we're going to do is to get this key out of the keyway in the large shaft underneath the spring.
okay,
So we take that part out.
okay,
We put it in the envelope, mark date,
okay,
so that we don't get confused.
okay.
And then what we want to do is we want to twist the spring.
Okay.
If you look here, you'll see that the spring end is a little bit away from the keeper.
Okay,
It's further
Yes.
away from the keeper toward the gear head.
okay,
All right, now, we want to do that because that is going to make the job easier.
okay,
We need one screwdriver and this
okay, we got like a,
pry bar here to do that. And what you want to do is you want to put the screwdriver behind the spring
okay,
as best you can like that.
got it.
And then you want to put the pry bar next to it. As you pull it out, you want the pry bar, see how you twist the screwdriver
Uh-huh,
to compress the spring? Then you pull all of this out while you push the shaft back if you can, or
okay,
you tap it back.
okay,
I've got a drift here. Now oftentimes this is a two-man job. Somebody is helping.
you want to go ahead and smack that for him, Bill, just to help?
We're just pushing the shaft back to free up the key that's in it.
Okay,
You ready? Hang on. One thing we've got to do is up like this. Has it popped back at all? I can't see it. Yes, it has. You see where it's popped back?
yes,
Oh, right here, the spacing?
yeah,
All right, now you can remove that tool. Now you want to ease this back and spread it, realizing that you've got a pin here. Oftentimes you'll have a pin here.
okay,
So pinned on two ends with the lock Allen
in the center.
in the center.
Gotcha.
So what you want to do is you want to spread it out. You see
Okay,
how
yeah, you
it
got it now,
released
yeah.
itself?
Yeah,
Okay. Now you can move the whole thing back. The
Okay.
keyway
Okay.
will stay there.
okay,
You muscle it out
okay,
where it belongs. Take the large spring out.
okay,
You get that sleeve. And you want to weight some things down so that you can work, because you're going to have to turn these things several times to complete the process.
okay,
You take the small screwdriver that Bill was using before,
okay,
you separate the circlip. You get underneath it and pop it out.
okay,
Then you follow it around with your finger, and you keep pushing it to the outer edge.
okay,
Whichever way you want it. You can take it off this way or
Okay.
that way. That goes in the
in the envelope.
parts envelope. Next is the right drift. The hammer, and before you do that, you want to put the shaft back in the collar because you're going to be pounding on this.
Okay, so you got support.
You don't want to damage anything or put...
Gotcha.
So you push Carefully tap these through.
Okay.
There are 3 of them.
Wow.
Well, obviously, when you put these back in, you want to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so right now, those 3 pins are inside the shaft.
Right.
So now you grab a magnet.
Okay. I'm gonna go in through the
reach
tube.
in through the tube, and you take the 3 pins out with a magnet. There's 2 of them.
Presto.
the third
Got all
one.
our parts. Okay.
They go into the envelope.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to have all the parts that you take out from one system go into some container
Sure.
so that you don't have to play games with.
Well, so many of these parts are custom for the
Exactly.
pockets. So it's
Exactly.
not just they're matched, they're drilled to the assembly or whatever.
All right, and then what you want to do is you want to get this collar off, and oftentimes you'll find that there's marks here.
You got to file
may
the
wanna-
shaft or do
you may
something,
have to
sand it,
file
whatever.
it, clean it. One thing
Yeah.
that helps a lot is a little bit of kerosene.
Okay.
Just put it on and you can let it soak for a second sometimes if it's sticky.
Okay.
Or you can put it on. Notice rags are really handy. And then you twist it off.
Okay.
Most of the time, these collars have a bad spot. You see, this one's got a bad
Doesn't
spot
want
right
to
there.
pass.
All right, so you look around, see where it stopped right there?
Yep.
That's where the old keyway, right? So now what you got to do is grab a file, and you want to smooth things out, and as necessary. I've been using some, what was that crocus you gave me?
Yeah, like number
500?
600 or something. Yeah, very fine.
Right. I've been using that after I do this. But I try to carefully, without much pressure, with a fine file. And if you can look, you can see some marks. And
Yeah,
some
you can
of
see
these are
there's some-
pretty terrible.
Right. You can see a little galling on that
You can
shaft.
see,
Yeah.
right. In these older machines, that's what you're going to find out. We've replaced keys. We have cleaned out keyways that were damaged. We've had broken keys. And we've had to re-drill for pins
Okay.
because of marring.